Okay, it's recording. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back once again. I'm welcoming you back here because if you've missed our first episode that dropped this week, we talked about the SDC news that came out over the weekend. We focused a lot on the Marvel content, the DC content. We gave a lot of our opinions on that. So if you are jumping into this episode before that, make sure you check that out as well. But for this episode, is for the big movie that came out this week, and that is Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll be jumping into it now. As we usually do, we have a non-spoiler section, and we would warn you very clearly when we're about to enter spoilers, so you can stop there and go and see the movie. You can skip work tomorrow. I don't know what you are doing. Go and watch the movie, then come back and listen to the rest of the episode.
Will you pay them? Will you pay the salary?
They should take a sick leave. What is sick leave for you not to go and watch movies like this? I don't understand. Why are you listening to podcasts when you don't watch film? Yeah. But yeah, we're jumping into that now. And non-spoiler section, Deadpool and Wolverine. First of all, box office news. This movie has been on to a massive hit. I think it's blown beyond anybody's expectation. This is, and it's breaking historic records. Well, what?
I mean,
did you expect
that had a prediction, a rather optimistic at the time we thought prediction, but yeah.
No, I would say a knowing, well versed, well calculated prediction personally. But
yeah, but I don't even think that his prediction predicted this kind of opening for the movie. Like, this is bigger than even movies that have gone on to gross $1 billion.
Yeah, I think it's the highest grossing opening weekend for an R-rated movie.
Yeah, this is bigger. This is significantly bigger than what Joker did opening weekend.
Yeah,
and Joker had legs. $1 billion.
So
yes, Joker had international legs as well. So
really big ones. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's currently at $483 million. That was over the weekend.
So technically, some places had a Thursday morning showing. So there's an extra day at least involved.
Yeah, but still, it usually comes around to the same time period. But yeah, it's massive. Like, it's like people have been shouting that, oh, there's a comic book fatigue. People are tired of comic book movies. But people would always pay money when they're interested in something.
Yes.
When there's a spectacle to be watched, they would always put their money in
that's
it.
The key,
Yeah. Marvel has not had that for a while now. And this movie excites people. People want to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. People want to see Deadpool and Wolverine together in the movie. And they came out in droves for this particular movie. So yes, $438 million. Congrats to Ryan for yet another amazing win. Congrats to Feige because this is safe. This gives them some breathing room. Because I can't imagine what the thinking would be if this movie had bombed in box office. But yeah, also, one more thing, he also had an A cinema score. So if you don't know the cinema score has been considered by most to be the most accurate way to guess how much a movie would have legs in a cinema.
Gold standard, really. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's almost the gold standard of movie rating because it measures the first reactions of audience as they see the movie. Yeah. So audience that see the movie first, they come out, they give their immediate impressions, and that is what is calculated to the cinema score. And it's the most closely correlated to legs in a movie. And so we are looking at a movie with some decent amount of legs going forward.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
One last thing I would say about this movie, and I've also been looking at the chat. This movie's chatting is very similar to Multiverse of Madness. Now, Multiverse of Madness was not an R-rated movie. This movie, it has a slightly bigger opening than Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Multiverse of Madness went on to make 900 and something million.
900 and something, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so if it has even similar legs like Multiverse of Madness, even similar legs, it's on track to make that amount of money.
Yes. So just to quickly recap, that one you predicted 1 billion for this.
Okay.
Yes.
Red was 737.
Yeah.
Today you were 800.
Yeah.
I was 650. Duke was 500. So let's just
so without saying too much, we know that Duke has already failed badly.
Like it's going to eat 500 this morning.
Yes, it will.
Exactly.
So in future, can we just agree never to ask for Duke's opinion on box office?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just know it's going to be wrong.
Yes. You're right there, Duke. Okay, let's on to the movie proper.
On to the movie. Now, non-spoiler section, guys.
No spoiler section.
Yes. How did you guys like this movie? What was your initial reaction at the end of this movie? Was it a standing ovation, or was it tears?
It was. I had a huge smile on my face, and I breathed a sigh of relief, and I had a huge smile on my face, and the only confusion I had was what to score it, because my enjoyment and the logic of the movie are two different things. So pretty much like No Way Home, if you and I use this word loosely, if you attack it logically, there are lots of holes. But what was my enjoyment of the film? And that's what I tend to base my scores on now. I'll say, look, it might not be for you, but for me, this is how I enjoyed it. This is what I gave this movie. Now, that when I saw it around the same time, that Wednesday midnight showing, Thursday midnight showing, and that, how was your own? Like my cinema hall was maybe 80% full. There are lots of young people there. Lots of old people. It was like 80%.
So I would say mine was less than that. It was about 60% full. And basically what it was all the good seats from from row 7 backwards. The front seats were all empty. So I watched it in Basildon.
Yeah.
12 midnight on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So to me that was impressive.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And I was in IMAX, which is quite expensive there. But I know they had 4 different screens showing the same film. They had the 4X and 2 other screens. So they were showing 4 screens at midnight.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Okay. So then you saw this on?
I saw mine on Thursday. Thursday, immediately after work, I left work to go. Immediately after work, and then I went to watch this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to watch this movie at the cinema. Because the only slot I could get was the 3D slot, but it wasn't full. It was basically empty.
Oh really?
Okay.
Was it because it was like during the work day?
No, it wasn't during the work day. It was after work. Yeah, my showing was for 5:10. Work closes at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
all right.
After work.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And what was your feeling coming out?
Like, I enjoyed it. Like, once it got to a particular point in the movie, I said, you know what? I'm throwing all sense out of the window. I'm not going to look at this movie critically at all.
Yes. Okay.
I enjoyed it, but I had this feeling in my chest of like the emotional beats didn't hit as hard as I thought they were going to hit.
Okay.
Coming into the movie.
Okay.
I felt like I expected some gut punches, but instead of gut punch, I felt I just got a small tap.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Just the once. Yeah.
Okay.
Just the once. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I enjoyed a lot about the movie.
Okay.
That it almost made up for that.
All right. Let me check with that one. How did you feel coming out of the cinema?
Well,
the first time.
I had a massive smile, like a big stupid grin across my face. That's basically my reaction. So I don't think there was any blood applause or standing up clapping ovation. People just laughing and everyone smiling. So I had a big smile that come out.
Yeah.
I was in my score immediately. I had it in my head, but I started thinking that maybe the afterglow. You're still in the afterglow of the film. Maybe when you calm down, you might want to reduce it. That was my fear because I've been there before where I've done that, and later on I've had to on the second viewing had to review it. So I've watched this film. I have to admit 3 times already.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
in this period of time, and my score has solidified over those 3 viewings. and it did not drop. It's not. It remained at my initial.
Okay, what you
gut
wanted
feel.
to score it.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I was because I was scared, really scared that it would drop.
Okay, I'm going to say something quickly about that. I think the afterglow score should be the most accurate score of a movie. Like, how does your afterglow score should be the most accurate?
Yeah, if that's what we are saying, if it's by that measure, that one would give Love and Thunder.
Yeah, Love and Thunder would have got a higher score.
Yes, because that's the way you felt. That's how Love and Thunder.
Yeah, but when I was the second time, I couldn't stand it
after the movie. Well,
but when I was the second time.
The movie is meant to be experienced once. No, it's not meant to be experienced. Like your initial experience from the movie before you start thinking too deeply about it. It's your most honest thought. It's your most honest thought, your most honest feeling of the movie. Why?
I disagree with you because I saw this movie twice. First time alone. Second time I watched it with Red and that one, and my score increased.
Yeah.
So that means the enjoyment, the movie has rewatchability factor, so to say.
Or because you're watching it with like also another thing that affects movie scores, whether we like it or not, is how we are in the mood when we are watching the movie.
Yes.
Watching the movie alone and watching the movie with friends, it's completely a different because you're feeding off each other's energy. But I'm saying that based on what you just said, seeing the movie,
but based on what you just said, you might have had a bad environment the first time you watched it. Or an extra great. So based on what you just said, if you watch it multiple times, and
I think the first time is a bit unfair to.
That's more true.
That standard because you might not have been in the mood. You might
have been. If you watch the film multiple times and your score remains the same, then that's accurate. That no matter what condition, this film stands firm. But if you watch a film with great friends, people who you like your enjoyment with, that could bump the film up. But when you watch the second time, you're watching the film before the film, you get a true view of what the film is all about.
No, so because like at the end of the day, all our ratings, whether we like it or not, they're very subjective opinions. So if we are going to go by subjective opinions, like how does the movie make you feel at the end of the day? Like I watched this movie and wow, I felt good watching this movie. So I score it this amount of points because I felt good.
We're doing the podcast now. So let's say we've only all watched it once.
Yes.
Then that would be the score we give.
Yeah.
But if we watch it multiple times and our scores change.
No, I'm not talking about multiple times. I'm talking about like from when you watch the movie at the end, immediately you come out of the cinema at the end. How do you feel about the movie? Then you now spend time thinking about it.
Okay.
And then say, but this thing did not really make sense. And then your score keeps on dropping.
What if it's a movie that the first time you saw it, you come out and you're actually confused. And then the more you think about it, you're like, that was actually cool. But then you've already given it a low score though.
Because that is how you felt at the end of the movie.
I don't agree with that standard.
Okay. So I would agree that there is a score. I'll call it a post-viewing score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then there's a post-rumination score.
Okay.
And if you happen to watch it more often, I think your score only gets more accurate.
Okay, because I feel it gets less. I feel it gets less accurate to your experience because now you are bringing in other factors beyond your enjoyment of the movie.
I think the more you watch it, the more you think about it, the more you catch jokes you didn't catch before, or little things that you didn't catch before. All right. I think let's move on.
Let's move on to.
No, wait. Tunde, what was your feeling? Did Tunde explain his feeling post-viewing?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I liked the movie, but I just felt like this emotional punch would have hit me harder. Than it did.
Can we come back to the emotional punch bit?
Yes.
Because for me, I don't think the film had any emotion. So, and I was even looking for it.
Yes, because there were some obvious setups of there's going to be a gut punch in future. There's going to be an emotional arc in future. And I was like, okay, when we got there, I was like, is this it? Is that all?
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the spoiler section.
Exactly. Okay. Plot of this movie.
Yeah, that's the worst part of the movie.
Yeah, let me just talk about So basically, Wade Wilson is approached by the TVA I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to give too much away, but Wade has to save his universe right? Is it his universe, his timeline?
No. That's
What-
that's
Tell
not
us
the
that.
answer.
So let's keep the details of the plot to the
Yeah.
spoiler
Yeah,
section.
but that's what
What did you think? Yeah,
I'm
what
just
did you
trying
think
to
about the
high
plot?
level.
Oh,
Like,
what do you
let's
think?
yeah.
Okay,
What do you think about the plot? Yeah, instead of talking about the
It
high
was okay.
level
It was
details.
it wasn't great.
That
Yeah,
plot?
I personally, I think the plot
Really.
was paper thin, and I think it was all just to achieve one thing. That one thing I can't discuss here. I will mention it in the spoiler
Yeah.
aspect. But what we have, what I can tell people is the plot is a way to get Logan and Wade to team up,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
shenanigans ensue. And again, I need to say something else that I think no, it's very little. I talk about this shit without spoiling anything when he's not watched it. So I think the core plot is we get to see Deadpool and Wolverine interact a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. I can't even say more than it's
Okay.
quite hard actually.
Yeah. So for me, it's simple. I didn't like the plot was serviceable to achieve its goals, but I didn't like it. It could have done a lot more.
That's a fair point. I think that's a fair point. That it's serviceable, and I think yes, I think they did not spend. They had, in my mind, they had some goals to achieve in terms of the humor, what they want to see, and the plot was just a plot
A vehicle to
device.
get there.
yeah, a vehicle to get that. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
What did you guys think of the acting?
I thought Ryan Reynolds brought it again as that's the perfect character for him to play. And he's always been that character, even from Two Girls, a Guy in a Pizza Place. Like that's always who he is.
Yeah.
Two Guys, a Girl. Sorry, not Two Girls, a Guy. Van Wilder. That's how he is. That's. So this is the perfect character for him to play.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman again has been doing this for over a decade as Wolverine, and I mean, he gets better. He genuinely gets better. I think this is my favorite Wolverine I've ever seen, and that's including Logan.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa, that's a
There
very
is, I believe,
high
here
bar.
there is a mix. This is the most Logan he's been, and I say that because there is a mix of world weariness in this one that he had in Logan. There's a bit of feralness that he had in the Wolverine. There's a bit of there are some parts that I'm going to talk about where he's acting his socks off. And I'm like, this guy's amazing. This is an amazing Logan. I don't think we'll ever get a Logan as good as this.
Wow, okay.
I'm
not going as high as saying he's better than Logan.
No. I understand. And I'll tell you why I say that. Logan had a thread of I'm tired, I want to die. Good acting, don't get me wrong. But here, he had I'm tired, I want to die. He had I want to kill everyone in this room. He had some believable moments that he was channeling anger in the car. And he's punching the roof while talking to Wade. And I'm like, this, and there's spit flying from his mouth, and his nostrils are flaring. And I'm like, if this, like, and then Wade makes a joke, and I'm like, this guy is, and then there's a bit where he's talking about something that's happened, and he's tired, and he falls down and he slumps. And then it goes quiet, and then he has this breath, this sigh of relief, where there's no more voices and no more noise in his head. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Like, that's amazing. So I think the acting here is a notch, for me personally, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in the spoilers. Who else do we have here? I think Matthew.
Sorry.
No, let's not talk about anybody else.
You've been cooking. You've been cooking. So, chef, please take a step away from the dish.
From the dish. Okay.
Today, I'll come to you. But for me personally, I co-sign every single thing Keka just said. To me, this is the best Wolverine I've ever seen on TV, on live action. I don't think Logan was great.
Great.
Yes. Up to that point, Logan was the best Wolverine in terms of acting and everything. But I can tell you now, to me, that doesn't even come close to this one. This is everything. When you go back to this is everything I wanted to see in a Wolverine. From his rage, his sadness, his berserker moments.
It's everything.
He brought his all. So to me, this
Okay.
is the number one Wolverine.
I don't think it's worth debating. I prefer Logan, but I
Okay.
won't debate if people feel this one is better, because this one is just as good.
Okay.
Even though I personally prefer Logan, but yeah, this is just as good as that. So yeah.
So we can't talk about anybody else, even people that were in the trailer.
Like, okay, you want to talk about Cassandra?
Paradox. No, Paradox.
Paradox.
Mr. Paradox.
Okay, yeah. I love him.
Honestly, he is the worst bureaucrat but that you can ever see. Like,
so basically your job, Kex.
Oh my God. You are correct. This is the perfect PMO. This is him. Oh my God. Spot on.
You know what? I recognize some techniques. I was like, you're doing good, bro.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Take the credits. Yeah. None of the blame.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the guy was great.
Yeah.
The question I wanted to ask is, I've only seen this guy in one other thing. And the other thing was kind of similar to the role he played here. Yeah,
Succession. Yeah.
Is this what? Has anybody seen anything else? Does he do anything else? Does he play this kind of role all the time?
Not at all. So he played in the series called Ripper Street,
right?
Like 4 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons.
Yep.
So it's basically he's a chief of police in a constabulary in East London during the time of Jack the Ripper.
Right. Okay.
So he's like the organ of the special forces, so the task force charged with catching Jack the Ripper. Very serious, very straight, very intelligent.
So he's got range.
He's got
range.
Okay,
good. No, he was. I liked him.
Yeah. Is there anything we want to touch on before we get to spoilers?
No, today did you?
Actually,
I love Paradox.
Oh, okay. What about Can we talk about
Cassandra?
Yeah,
I don't care for Cassandra at all.
I liked her a lot. I like her a lot.
Oh,
at all.
Have I seen this lady before? Is it Emma Corbin or something? I liked her.
I don't think I know her
because she had a little bit of mischief. She had a bit of menace.
Maybe I don't like the role she had to play in the movie, and that affected my enjoyment of her acting, of her character. But yeah, I didn't care for. I didn't care for it.
They. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, she was in Grantchester.
They were in Grantchester,
yeah.
I don't know any of those two things you mentioned anyway, so that's probably why I didn't know.
Grantchester is a BBC or ITV detective series. Okay, they were in The Crown. She played Diana in The Crown. Interesting.
This is her. Okay.
Yeah.
I've not seen that either, so it explains why.
I quite like them. I thought they played it pretty well. Liked the. Yeah.
I saw an interview with her and the boys in the what's this thing called, build up for the movie.
Okay.
Yes, it was a very interesting one, and I feel like I would have liked that. I would have liked Cassandra Nova a lot more, if not for what.
Okay. So the issues
okay. Can I say visually?
Yes.
When she took off her jacket,
yes,
I thought she walked out of the comics.
Yes.
Honestly, even the coat when she puts her hands in her pockets and she's like,
no
hands. And
she had the posture.
She had like a quiet menace. But at the same time, she'd be like, if you save me, I'm going to kill all of you.
When I could see just reading that comic, that was it called? Was it Astonishing X-Men?
Yeah, it was Astonishing X-Men.
Yeah, I could just see. I could see the images as I was watching.
It was also in Extreme, Grant Morrison's Extreme X-Men.
Yeah. Like, why? One of the biggest issues I had with her is that if you can take her out of the movie completely, and and the movie will be better for it.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know about that.
We'll get to that in the spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Action, costumes. Wolverine's costume, Deadpool, Cassandra.
You've seen that in the trailer. It's perfect.
You liked it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Yes, God.
Some people didn't like the eye mask for Wolverine.
So let me say,
Huh?
I don't think they could have done better. Wolverine's mask has always been impractical. So I don't think they could have done better. So
I love it.
especially the
white.
eyes.
Yeah, I don't think they
Yes.
could have done better.
Yeah.
So
I love
because
it.
we can't keep pushing for comic book accuracy, and when they give us, we like no, that does, because that's what it looks like in the costume. I'm sorry, in the comic books. So, action. So today you said the action was repetitive at some point.
No, that's not what I said. I said that there was something I was looking forward to in the action sequence that I didn't get. You will talk about that in the spoilers, but like the action was brilliant in some. It gets too long in some places, and there's one particular action scene.
Yes,
I wish I got more of. Like, I'll talk about this in the spoilers because it's a scene where before they take their time to show what is happening. And in this particular scene, when I want to see what exactly is happening here, I want to see how it's being displayed. They just gloss through it, and I'm like, spend more time here. Let me see it. But that's my biggest issue with the action.
I will make one comment about the action in this. And there's only one person I know. I've seen this with a few people, and I've heard there's only one person I know who gave this a score lower than 7 so far that I know personally. And that one person's biggest issue was the violence, and she felt it was too much, it was too over the top, and this person was my wife. So she what you this is too much, so she's the only person I thought, go on.
But it's so did you explain that it is R-rated?
That's the whole point.
No, she knew that. She's seen the first 2 Deadpool movies. But honestly, going in with her, I knew this was going to be a reaction. They said people could predict their reaction to this film. I knew that would be her reaction to it.
Got it. Okay. That's fair.
That's actually
any other non-spoiler call-outs that you want to make on this film?
No, I think it was just, guys.
Let's get into spoilers. What are scores quickly of the movie?
Let me start with Red. Red gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I give it an 8 out of 10. No, sorry, 4 stars. How long have
that's an 8 out of 10? Yeah.
Yes, I know. We do stars, so I shouldn't have. Red gives it 4 stars. I give it 4 stars out of 5.
I gave it 7 out of 10, but if I'm to convert that to stars, it would be 3.85 rather than 3.5.
And I'll be funny. I'm totally with you today.
Yeah.
My score was 8, but I cannot give this 4 stars. I have to give it 4.4 stars personally.
4.4.
It makes no sense.
Damn.
And the reason why I say that is I've not given any movie 10.
No, we haven't. I don't think we have.
Even generally when I score, I don't give 10. I give 9s, 8.5, 8s. Those are my high films.
Yeah.
That last mark is for God.
So I would say okay. Let me stick to 4.3. So 4.3 stars for me.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, spoilers. Now, if you have not watched this movie, please get out, run away, disappear. Because the very next word out of my mouth is going to be a massive spoiler for the movie that will spoil your enjoyment of this movie. This is your very last warning. Go. Okay, now spoilers.
Give them a second.
If they are not gone, it's their fault. Yes. Cameos.
Yes.
Let's start from there.
Okay. Before you say anything, I want all of you to go around and say to you what was your biggest whoa cameo moment. If you're not the same person, I'll be shocked. But let's see.
Blade.
Okay. For me,
it might be Cavill. For me,
it might be
Cavill. Henry Cavill.
What, more than Blade?
No, I say it might. That's it's one of those two.
Because that would be number 2 for me. Yes, I wouldn't think about that happening.
Never would have believed it.
Never would have believed it. For me, it's Blade by a mile.
Blade was huge.
Yes.
Blade was huge. Was it huge?
Immediately it walked and I was like, what?
And there was one soundtrack or
that
that they all kind of just walked in slowly.
Yeah.
When I saw Gambit too, I thought it was going to be Taylor Kish.
Same. Yeah.
But it was
It was because this is a fan casting of this is like one of the biggest fan casting of Gambit in a while now. But like when I let her walk, I was shocked. Like, oh wow, okay, wait. I did
because I was expecting Laura. We were expecting X23.
Yeah. And then we see Electra. I'm like, oh, okay, they are doing a flash. They are pulling from the depths of characters. But then you see Blade.
Honestly, you know, I thought it was CG for a minute.
Yes.
For a minute, I thought Blade was CG.
Same.
Why? Oh,
he looked slimmer. The hair, the beard was gray. Yeah. So I was like, okay, they CG'd this guy. You know, until they kept going and going. I was like, no, they got him.
Yeah, that moment, my cinema reacted appropriately.
This is why I think I wish I was in a bigger cinema with fans. I should probably have gone to later viewings. Yeah, because that moment,
it got a big reaction. It got
that
big
moment,
and then when they showed the card come in, and that's you threw a card in and then it
cuts it.
There were screams and whoopsies and I think now we can also talk about the humor of this and how many meta jokes.
Before we get it, we're still on cameos. I still want to dwell on it.
Yeah, let's
Okay, so Blade was a big one. We all agree. Yes. Massive. Okay. So you want to talk about you mentioned Cavill.
So when Henry now this bit is where so guys, obviously I've seen it, that means you've watched it. Where Deadpool is going around universes timelines trying to find Wolverine that's going to come and help him. And he goes to Age of Apocalypse.
Yep.
Age of Apocalypse. Should I say timeline, universe? I don't know what it is.
Universe, timeline, same thing. Yep,
it's in an alley, and the Wolverine there is almost like, honestly, it is like an ashy. When you watch it, like a pros leaning against the wall. The hair wearing leather, and it's very reminiscent of. I think it was Escape from LA or one of those Kurt Russell films.
Yeah.
That whole setting, and then it goes to one that is like, we just see the back and the guy's working on a bike and we see the arms, the huge arms.
And he said, "What in the Cavill is this?" And I'm like, I thought I was making a joke until it turns his face back
and it's Henry Cavill, and he does the whole arm loading. Oh gosh, that was great. We saw Patch.
We saw Patch. We saw the comic accurate Wolverine.
That looked ridiculous.
Oh, the small one. The 5'4" one.
It reminded me of this guy from Peacemaker. What's it called? The short guy. No. The short guy in Peacemaker.
Judo Master.
Yes. We get the dark brown one, Wolverine costume, the brown one, which looks
fighting Hulk. Yeah.
So that they recreated the cover.
Exactly.
Where you can see Hulk in the claws.
The reflection of the claws.
Great John Bryan. And the name check John Bryan as well.
A big shout out to the writers or I think Sean Levy must be a big comic book head because there are so many casual references.
Yeah. Now, do you think it's Sean Levy or is Sean Levy and Reynolds?
Reynolds is credited as a writer here.
I'll be honest with you. I think what's his name? Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
He's big on Deadpool. I think he's big on jokes. I think he can throw jokes, he can write jokes, he can spit jokes. But it takes a comic book head, and I don't know if he's a comic head.
I thought it was a comic book head.
I'm not sure. It's a comic head, but a comic book.
Okay.
There are some people that
deep cuts.
The Russos, I think Levy is one. Tim Miller is a comic head. Yeah. I was like, I
mean, when you see like comic accurate alone says a lot. That this guy knows about the shotness.
You remember that there's one bit where Wolverine is on an X like this in like that's from a comic book as well.
Yes.
The cover.
The last man in the universe kind of.
I'm like, this is brilliant stuff. Other cameos, we get this guy's back. Negasonic girl. That's Negasonic warhead girl from.
That's a supporting character.
Relax.
Can we save them for that particular section? Because I'm going to shit on them. I'm going to shit on what they used them for.
Okay. Shatterstar is back.
Yeah.
Shatterstar is back. I mean, Morena Baccarat is just so hot. She's still so attractive. Like she's still. That is the chick that they should have used. Anyway, Newman is fine enough, but this girl is finer than Newman. Other
if she was the one that they killed her like that in The Boys,
nobody watched season 4. Just let it go. Other cameos.
Johnny Storm. Did you know it was Johnny Storm immediately you saw?
No, because I saw the red.
I knew it was Johnny Storm. Instantly they showed him. I knew this was going to be Cap. Immediately removed his mask and you saw it was Cap. And you saw it was what's his name, Chris Evans. I knew this was going to be Johnny Storm.
One, before he really crook, I knew it was Evans.
Yeah.
I heard the voice.
Oh yeah. I heard the voice.
I knew it was Johnny Storm.
When I went to cloak, I even saw the black blue top.
Bad, yeah.
Circle.
Yeah.
I just started laughing. Oh, is it misdirect? I knew it was Top instantly. And then in the background, you can see the Fantastic Car coming.
Yeah.
No, the Fantastic Car was one of those. Yeah. Oh, Sabretooth.
Yes.
Sabretooth. Yeah.
Is that the same actor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In my mind, I was getting mixed up that he died, but then somebody said no, it was Toad. The actor for Toad has died. Ray Parker.
No, Ray Park is not dead though.
Toad was in this movie.
Yeah, Toad was there. He used his tongue to switch the magnet that pulled him.
Yeah.
Ray Stevenson. Was he ever in this?
That's Punisher.
No, was he?
That's Volstagg. Ray Stevenson is Volstagg.
Yeah, but was he never in any of the X-Men films?
No.
Oh,
okay. He was in Punisher and he was in.
Why am I mixing this up then? Okay.
So there's that as well. Then what else again is
there? Lady Deathstrike. It wasn't
Deathstrike. It wasn't Kenny Google.
Yeah. Azazel was there.
Yeah. That looked like the original actor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looked
like him. Yeah, it looked like
Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
There was one girl from X-Men Last Standing.
Yes, she was. Yes. That was her.
Yes.
The one
that was her.
Like I think she had tattoos or something.
Kind of weird skin color.
Yes.
There was a fine girl there. She's
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She was.
That's the person I'm talking about.
She was the last time.
Yeah. She was there. Which other cameo are we missing?
So we talked about Elektra. Have we mentioned Elektra at all?
We did. Elektra. It was good to see Jennifer Garner. She looked really good.
Yes, I was surprised how good she looked.
Really good.
I joke about Ben Affleck was so funny.
Oh god.
I think that if we're talking about that's one of my best jokes.
Okay,
in
guys,
the entire movie.
Okay, let's talk about comedy because we need to go back to plots. Not that we can talk spoilers. So cameos. Any more cameos? Oh well, Pyro. We knew about Pyro.
Yeah, but
Pyro from the trailer.
Pyro. Yeah, Pyro.
Anybody else?
I think that was it, really.
That was it. And X-23, Daphne.
So. Oh, yeah, Daphne.
Yeah.
I was expecting that in this movie. Like, maybe
I was.
Same.
What's this thing called? Pyro beating Johnny Storm like that.
Well, okay, can I tell you why? The answer is in this film itself.
Yeah.
They could only afford Johnny Storm for a few minutes. Well, let's quickly.
You know what? True. That's true.
No. I'm just asking as a comic book nerd, like.
Oh no way! No way.
This how Pyro will beat Johnny Storm.
No, Pyro's power actually means he's actually susceptible to Johnny because he can't generate his own fire.
Yeah, it's Johnny's fire.
He what?
Pyro cannot.
He can't generate his own fire.
Yeah, I know he can't generate it. Yeah. I think
and Storm is way class levels.
Yeah, I think it's more a class thing.
Class level.
He can siphon. He can siphon, but the flames are just cosmic. The levels are.
But that was a very funny moment, especially with the joke at the end where it was actually cursing. Like it's a play on what happened in the movie and a play on Chris Evans' language, and I'm like, yes.
If
you're talking funniest jokes, that's also up there in terms of really good jokes.
So the plots, it's basically, now correct me if I'm wrong here, but so the TVA approach Wade Wilson to say, look, the people upstairs think that you are very important and that you can be basically transposed into the 616 universe that has all the Avengers. Because your universe is dying, your timeline is dying because the anchor being is dead. So it's going to take thousands of years, but because I'm a bureaucrat, I don't want to waste my time watching this thing that's slowly decaying. I'm going to just nip it in the bud, right? And then what's his name? Deadpool grabs one of those TVA's PPP things and goes about on a search looking for a Wolverine
to replace his
to
anchor being.
replace the anchor being in his one. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't actually make sense, right? Like in the sense that
the plot does not make sense.
Well,
no,
even
and Paradox says that's not going to work. Anyway.
yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah,
It doesn't, you don't just replace them.
Yeah.
It has to be native, almost native to that universe or something.
Yeah,
to that
correct.
effect.
But it works.
No, it doesn't. No, the reason why it works at the end is because we don't know. Wumi just said it works.
Where he said that
We just said you repaired it.
that you had this heroic sacrifice.
Yeah,
That's so epic that you've regenerated your timeline.
Wumi doesn't really say the reason
why. All of it doesn't even say. Even the fact that the epic death of Logan in Logan is enough. All that is
yeah.
To me, it doesn't make sense. But let's move on.
Anchor Being is. I knew Loki was bad, but I didn't think Marvel could go lower than Loki in multiverse explanation, and they actually did it in this movie. Anchor Being has to be the most stupidest.
Yeah, it was. So
it's like this. It's more of like what DC does with their multiverses, where it's all musical chairs and all of that.
So that makes sense. Yeah. So when we talk about the plots, and this goes back to the point you're trying to make here, for me. After watching the film, obviously, it's not clear to me the plot is what Kex described. But the idea of this movie is simply a goodbye to Fox and other non-MCU, non-Sony heroes. It's like the end game for the rejects in a way of Fox, like a goodbye. So it's when I now realized that, you then realize that all the MCU parts are just there. Let's just almost trick people into coming to watch this film.
Yeah, and
because this film has nothing to do with the MCU.
And that's why I shout missed opportunity the most.
So for me, I'm actually was happy because Deadpool being the real Jesus moment for MCU. I always thought, that doesn't make sense. You're already making these films. How's Deadpool going to be the one that improve your films all of a sudden? I always knew that would have been almost impossible to pull off to make any sense whatsoever. But when I went in, that's what I thought they were trying to do.
Can I ask, do you think Deadpool is going to appear in any MCU movies?
Yes.
He can, and I think he will.
So, but how would that happen? By the TVA? Huh?
Well, he's two ways. Either he does his Stan Lee appearance, like, you just see him in the corner doing his own shit. It becomes and he still has becomes the Stan Lee there. Yep. Or he plays a slightly bigger role in what's this thing called?
Yeah, but in Secret Wars. The reason why I asked this is he's still in the Foxverse.
But he still has his own device that he uses to travel.
No, he doesn't. He got rid of it. He said he got rid of it.
He said he got rid of it.
Right. No, wait. We cannot now say that the character in this thing. He said he got rid of it. Which, if he had it in the first place, he'll have probably used it, right? When he said, okay, I want to get back home. When I get back home, we didn't see anything to indicate that he still has it. Because he even says he's got rid of it.
No, sorry. If he wants him to have it,
right, sorry.
The wristband.
Yeah.
The wrist thing that he was using.
Yes.
He uses it to go to 616.
Yes.
Where he's talking to Happy.
Yes. Yeah.
But we don't see it again. And when he says he got rid of the device.
You know when he said that?
Mm-hmm. Do I know when he said that or what?
No, when he said that, because there's one time when they were asking him, and I think I might be mixing up two scenes, where they said, "Oh, no, I've got rid of that device," and you could see the bulge under his suit where that device was still there, and he was saying, "I've got rid of it."
No. I don't know that. That's not the same. That's not
Okay, I think that might be a different thing though. To be fair to Keck's point, but to get rid of it means you could post it. That vice still exists in my mind, but yes, there's many ways he can be brought in. He's got sling ring. There's so many. No, he doesn't have it. Who had the sling ring?
It was Cassandra.
It was Cassandra.
If they want to bring it back, they would invent a reason.
I'm not saying that they can't bring it back. I'm saying that based on what we've seen in the movie, how would it work? Would he go to the TVA? Is it that?
He will join the TVA. Like this guy, his best friend is dating women now. He's going to be dating women now. So
that's true, Peter. Yeah.
Peter.
Peter
so there's all of that. But still on the plot now.
In the film, okay.
Yes, on the plot. Missed opportunity. Go on.
No, from the beginning itself. Like we left Deadpool in a particular state at the end of part 2. And it feels like we missed an entire movie of character development and character changes when we start this particular movie. And that annoys me when shows do this, when movies do this, where a character changes completely off screen and we are left with this new state of a character that. And it's motivation of, I want to matter, I want to be a hero. My girlfriend left me, I'm working in an abandoned car shop because I don't matter. And I'm like, so it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I basically what's happened here is we've had Deadpool 1, we've had Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
And basically the supporting characters, the baggage of those two films is almost in this film pushed to one side and just used as like eye candy. But Megasonic ignored. Morena ignored. Yukio ignored. Colossus ignored. The only person who slightly wasn't ignored was Peter.
And it was just for a joke.
Yeah. I agree. They almost used it like, listen, we're going to use Deadpool. Deadpool's going to come in here. Okay, guys, we know you guys carried us for 1 and 2, so we will give a little nod to you. You've been there, but this thing's not about you guys. Don't get twisted. This is about Logan. This is about Deadpool, and this is about the rest of the old Fox properties, the Blade properties. Nothing to do with you guys. So there is that. I won't lie. Yeah. I wanted Domino so badly, but I knew I wasn't going to get her. Even though I started to see what was going on, I knew that no, I'm not going to see Domino at all.
That's fair, because like once you start off like that, and then you give your main character a new motivation, that if you are coming up from the previous film, it's difficult to relate. Like, why does he want to join the Avengers all of a sudden? Because his girlfriend told him off screen that he should do something better with his life.
Yeah.
And
it gives a bit of Marvel's vibe.
Yeah, where like what's going on here?
Captain Marvel happened. There's this epic feature she's going to go and do, and then we get the next movie we see her in, and this all happened off screen. I agree with that. The film decided, we're not doing all of this. Let's just quickly move to
what we want to do.
Yeah.
And then the motivation of him of Deadpool in this movie, I want to matter. I want to do something grand with my life so that my girlfriend can take me back. I'm like, I honestly don't get it. And maybe it's me. I do not get that motivation at all in any shape or form.
That didn't jar me at all, because if she dumped him, he's still loving. So I can see that. I don't think it was a great way to do it, but I did not.
I don't think it was a good way to do it. I think he was having a superhero / mercenaries version of a midlife crisis, basically. he was just like, I want to do something beyond whatever I am doing. You know, I tell you, as someone who's been somewhat similar, like, you'll just feel like, what am I even doing? Like, where am I going? Like, what's the direction? What's going on? I surprisingly, I think that was the impression I got when he sat down, when he had a flashback and he was sitting down at the coffee table, and she was like, what's wrong? And he couldn't even put his finger on, this is what's doing me. He's just like, I don't know. I'm here. But in reality, your mind don't go. You don't even know what you're thinking again. I don't think it was done particularly well, but I was like, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. I like the use of the word midlife crisis in this. Because, sometimes you get to a point where, is this it? Who am I?
Yeah.
I used to be this, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. And especially seeing the Avengers and all they'd accomplished. And I think that's probably why they showed that bit where he's appealing to Happy as well. That look, I want to matter. I want to. What was it that I need this?
Yeah, and like Happy makes a statement that this part of why I said missed opportunity that
Okay.
I thought was going to come back because Happy was like, you want to do this for yourself.
Yes.
You are not doing this for
You're
We don't do
greater
it for
good.
recognition or for
Yeah, like you want to just. It's not because you're not doing it just because you want to help people. You are
Yes.
doing it because it will make you feel
Feel
better.
better.
And I honestly thought at that moment that was going to be his act. Him recognizing, okay, there's a difference between being a hero for myself and I want to matter, and at the end of the day, coming to realize that it's more than just mattering, and that would be his story from Wolverine. But at the end of the day, it was like he just got what he wanted. It mattered. He saved the universe and he got the girl without even the girl knowing what went on. And I'm like, it left me that feeling, that entire act left me feeling Hulu a bit inside. Huh? Is that it? Is that So when I say in the non-spoiler section that like is that all that happened? Like what's going on here?
Okay.
That's why I felt that kind of way for that particular sequence.
And to be honest, I can see that and I can agree with
it.
When we talk about the plot weakness, even during the film, I was thinking, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
Yes.
But I was already on this ride that this is not what the film is about.
Yes.
So I didn't really care that much.
I mean, if we talk about things that didn't make sense or were poorly done in the film, there's a few of them. Like,
of course,
there is no reason why they couldn't succeed. No, there's no reason why Wolverine was needed for them to succeed on the raid at Cassandra's lair or whatever you want to call it. That they were like,
the idea of that raid is 0 sense.
So now, first off, that one. Then the raid itself was very, very poorly executed.
Yeah.
Because they shoot their way into basically, you know what they call that in the military? They call it kill box.
Yeah, kill box. Yeah.
Shoot your way into a round circle where there are people pointing guns at you and they don't shoot. Instead,
and
they come down. Some of them come down and stand in front of you, allow you to come out of the car, and then pose and then fire. I was like, that is a very, very, very bad sequence.
And then three of them, I don't even play before.
And then when all of you now start mixing it up, fighting, then the guys in the sniper towers now start shooting, pew, 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 when their own comrades are in the melee. I was like, this is so bad. But I was on the ride, and Blade was there, and X-23 was, and
that was the action sequence.
That
was the action sequence I complained about in the
I know.
Yes, it pained me a lot. Like, okay, you've done all this nonsense. Now I'm going to see these guys be badass. Like, if you remember the slow motion sequence of Deadpool in the beginning, I was expecting to see these guys display, like, take your time. Show X-23 cutting
that scene should have been way more epic.
It should have been better. And then there were also a few aerial shots, or not close shots, aerial shots of them all just mixing up where you would see Gambit's baton or bow, katana, whatever, bow, like glowing, and they were all just fighting. And I was like, this is really poorly done. Actually, because this fight should have been over when they drove that van in. You drove in before any of you got down. They should have peppered that car with laser, and then some of these guys had like laser bolts, not just like but like this is. But again, Blade.
I mean, even to that scene when I was watching it, in my mind, I had a better plan for that scene.
Yes, exactly.
Are you going to sneak in? Are you going to like? How are you going to do this? I just wasn't good.
So
that part was lazy writing. Missed opportunity number 2. Number 3, I want to talk about even the idea of the people who remain in the Fox universe. I liked that concept a lot. Like, this is where all forgotten characters have been sent to, and I wish, the void, and I wish they would have done something a bit more to recognize that fact. Like, it was just said. And they were like, okay, this is our last stand for just remembrance sake. But I'm like, I wish there would have been I don't know how to put it, a more emotional goodbye to these characters in this particular state. I'm not saying kill them off or something, but like, to recognize a way. I don't know how to.
You understand today, but
articulate it here.
I think you'll have. I think you'll have been a bit much. I don't really. I understand where you're coming from. But remember that we also had a mix of characters that we never actually had.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to tie it to the original plot of like Wade goes, I don't matter anymore. These characters, they actually do not matter anymore to us.
Yes.
But I was hoping that in them not mattering and yet still trying to do the right thing, there will be a recognition of that. And it will tie into the greater plot of the entire movie going forward. Where
that film is strong.
And to be honest, I agree with your idea, but the way I look at it, if you look at those characters, there's only one of them really that you couldn't even give that kind of ending to, which is Blade. Elektra was nobody, and nobody would have cared how she ended.
No, it's not about how they ended, but like the idea of this is the end of the Fox universe. We are losing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the Fox universe. What they played at the end of the movie, where they show us all the past scenes, that emotion touched me a lot. I was hoping that they'll be able to recreate that emotional good.
They can't do this now. Are you emotionally attached to Elektra?
Exactly.
Not Elektra, but the idea of losing them.
Yeah, but fine. Which is why I said that the only character you could have done that to out of all of them
is Blade. Yeah.
Elektra, you could have done it. I'd rather have Daredevil. You could have done it to Elektra.
Yeah.
Johnny Storm was.
No, so this brings me to my we'll talk about the plot a bit more.
Okay.
What's it called? The massive mass of Deadpool fight at the end. I hated that fight scene. I like the idea and concept, but like in terms of what was happening in the plot at that moment in time and what was going on there, it just felt like
I genuinely feel like every time you say plot, you should do like this because it doesn't.
That scene is where they lost my wife finally.
You know, like
I actually that is where I was talking about where you mentioned the raid. I was like, that's basically the raid that they gave you.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's in this particular one. Why they like it is that it was just the two of them. They mowed through everybody.
Yes,
like. It was a short fight. It was from beginning to the end. They beat everybody.
Yes.
2, they were not fighting to what's this thing called? The goal at the end of that fight, was we're going to go and stop this thing. But the road to stopping Nova was just forget that side. We are beating everybody in this fight. If you watch movies like The Raid, and this is what I was saying I wanted in this kind of movie, was like you have these two unbeatable, unkillable people.
Yes.
I want to see them take damage, and they are fighting an army of monsters that's similar to them that can cut and beat them. I want to see that fight where they are cutting off someone's hand. He's bringing out his other hand to fight. I want to see it get really, really bloody.
Yes, and in my mind, I believe
that would have been a bit too much.
No. I think what you described is what should have happened. Same thing for the Ant-Man scene. But my belief is they've spent the budget on the other 2 big scenes.
I just
like
think,
if you remember, if you remember the violence of the car fights.
Yeah,
where they will cut their hand. They'll break the hand.
Wait. You can't compare the car fight because the car fight was our 2 protagonists going at it.
Yep.
Yes.
Compared to our 2 protagonists going against a horde of almost nameless faceless. Forget that they had unique uniforms, but they were all variations of Deadpool. Yeah, but if you want to go based on powers, Wolverine and Deadpool versus let's say 60 other Deadpools, they can't win now.
I'm not saying they.
We're just the action montage of them mowing through them.
Imagine this a bit more now. That they are fighting towards the room where Cassandra is. And there are an army of Deadpools in front of them. And they're fighting, they're losing, they're moving forward slowly, they're inching forward. This one, they just mowed through everybody.
No, there was a time that they got pushed back. And then the camera stayed there, and then pieces started flying again, and they started pushing through again. What you're asking for is
budget.
5-6 minutes.
It's budget,
It's budget.
It's a 5-6 minute sequence compared to. It can't
because we had the opening battle with TVA.
Yes.
We had the first Deadpool versus Wolverine
In the void.
fight. Then
In
we
the
had the
void,
one
yeah.
in the car.
Yes.
All the time. When I finished.
Because like this is a climatic fight.
Yeah,
This is the fight that shows you why they are Deadpool and Wolverine. Why this Deadpool, our
the fight that
Deadpool.
showed us that when Deadpool and Wolverine was that calm.
No, as in like for the end scene. This is the fight that shows. This is why they are against others. This is the fight that shows. So I was expecting the violence of that car fight to be on that same level in this fight. Like if you remember the Daredevil fight scene in this
listen, you're an adult. How can two people fight over 60 people? Like
they don't need to.
powers.
It's like Daredevil. No, it's like Daredevil versus the ninjas in this thing.
It's versus the Hand.
Yes, where Daredevil is better than them, but he wins not because he beats them just one by one. Like you see him. How would I put it now?
But you know that when Daredevil fights the Hand in the series, it looks like nonsense.
Not the. Oh, okay. Fair
No,
enough.
I'm saying that. No,
I'm talking about if you remember the all-way fight in Daredevil, Kex.
Yes,
the infamous all-way fight in Daredevil. Yes. I was expecting something like that, where Daredevil is fighting, but it's not as if he's fighting children. He's fighting people that and he's taking a lot of damage. I'm totally with Tunde on this, but I just saw that and I just said, immediately. But that has finished.
It's honestly, it wasn't that kind of fight. It was a comedy fight.
It could have been.
It was a comedy.
Could have been. No, it could have. Because it was a comedy fight. You want to have how long is that fight going to really last?
It doesn't
have to last that long.
He had other fights in the video that were like when you fight the TV, it's comedy, but it was too epic.
Yeah, that was the opening montage.
Yeah, that was too epic.
That was the opening montage.
Yeah, you could have done similar for that. But
you can't do similar for that, guys.
Why
sorry.
not?
I don't agree with you.
I totally agree.
It's that's fine, but the movie has shot it the way it shot it. It's a 2-minute sequence shot with Madonna's this thing playing in the background. They fight them, they push back. You know that.
So what you're saying is that it could have been better. It could have been better by far.
No, I'm not saying that anything could have been better.
That's what they're saying.
I'm not saying that it could have been better. There's no fights that could have been better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. But what I'm saying is that the expectation of it could have been more epic. I'm like, by doing what?
By showing
it down. I showed it.
By what?
By showing how they actually slow them down.
Yeah,
I want to see a scene
where they
cut
down, and then they push back through again.
No, slow the fight down. Not you're not getting it right. It was heads. Everything was so fast. Okay, you just want to show all this. You
just want to show two of them kill everybody quickly. Yeah.
I was disconnected.
I didn't feel any stakes in that fight.
What's going on here?
There are not supposed to be any stakes in that kind of fight. That's the thing.
That was it should have been. There should have been stakes there, but it's fine. Yeah.
Probably.
But now here's my big problem with this. One of my second big problems. Cassandra's fought at the end. She was going to Cassandra's whole idea. I'm going to destroy your universe. I'm like, that is already happening.
No, she wanted to
everyone.
Yeah, but to Deadpool and to the stakes of the movie, what she's doing, with or without her, was going to happen. Like for Deadpool, his own universe is already getting destroyed.
In about 1,000 years' time.
No, not right now. If Paradox gets his way, Paradox already started the machine to destroy his universe. Cassandra coming to that point, say, okay, you know what? I'm not destroying just your universe. I'm destroying every universe. It's like, nobody cares.
No, Paradox cares. No, wait. That's why Paradox cared.
I'm saying that in terms of plot, to Deadpool as a character we are following, it doesn't matter whether she's destroying just his universe or every other universe.
But Deadpool doesn't want his universe to be destroyed.
I'm saying that his universe was already getting destroyed. What was going to happen was already
happening.
It was going to go and stop
the universe from getting destroyed.
Yeah, okay, but then
I'm saying that Paradox was already doing that. What's the antagonist that Paradox was already destroying his universe.
Remove Cassandra from that whole equation. Deadpool was going to have to destroy that machine.
Exactly. Then why do we need Cassandra there? Like, if
from a movie point of view, why do we need
from a plot point of view, like, what was the use of Cassandra in that entire end climax sequence? She sends them back, and then she goes to go and do exactly what Paradox was doing in the movie at the point in time. And I'm like, why?
Let me see if I understand. Let me see if I can explain this and you can tell me where I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So Cassandra reads that guy's mind, Pyro's mind, and says, okay, we had a deal. I had a deal with the TVA. I stay in the void. You guys do whatever you want to do. But when you now send this guy, Pyro, to take me out, now I'm pissed. I'm coming here and I'm fucking shit up. That's why she came to Deadpool's universe, right? Yeah. Because Paradox sent Pyro and she wanted to fuck up Paradox. She came. She now got to the machine. Now, in the machine, what she was doing was she was absorbing the power of the machine so that she can destroy other worlds, right? So that other timelines. But it is in Deadpool's best interest to kill her and destroy the machine so that his timeline is preserved, right?
Yeah.
So you are saying that?
I'm saying, like, in this movie, Deadpool's goal is to stop Paradox machine.
Correct. Yep. Yes.
Right? Yep. Cassandra adding an additional layer of I'm destroying every other universe plus your universe does not affect Deadpool's goal in any way.
Okay.
He's still going to stop that machine. So
I agree.
Cassandra as an antagonist does not, and she's not in conflict. Like she's a redundant conflict too. Yeah.
I totally would have left Cassandra in the void.
Yes. Yeah.
I just have her as a recurring villain.
So that's my point. I wouldn't get rid of her. She should be in the movie, but she did not have to be in the ending part.
Yes.
And the only difference she made in the ending part is because she was there. That's the only reason Paradox was helping them. If not, Paradox would not have given up the secret to destroy the machine.
Like it's simple as saying, the machine has got me from Paradox. Yeah. It's like Paradox that say, wait, this machine is doing more than I asked it to do, and.
Yeah, but you've already got Cassandra. I didn't have an issue with that part. I actually
but I would have actually kept Cassandra as a
alive.
Cassandra as a recurring villain.
Cassandra being in the void, left after the film, left in the void, would have been great for the MCU.
Great, just leave her as a recurring void villain.
Now, here's where my biggest missed opportunity is, and this is frankly a wish. Not how the movie was made, not what the movie was going for.
An educated wish.
Yes. I wish what was happening to Deadpool's world was an incursion and not this timeline why-me thing. It's an incursion that is destroying the Fox universe, that's destroyed the Blade universe, and is dumping the survivors in the void where Cassandra rules over them. And now it's happening to Deadpool's world, and for whatever reason, Paradox is trying to hasten this one, maybe to save every other, because we understand that if you kill one, you prevent the others from having a chain reaction. So Paradox is trying to do something like that for this particular one, and that is what sets up the plot for this particular movie. And then we have Deadpool and that gives you a good reason why his people are gone. Maybe they are gone. Maybe it's an incident happening and we see them fade away or something like that. And Deadpool is working with Wolverine to stop that, because that is what happened to Wolverine's world, and Wolverine was the only survivor because he did something. What's it called? This Wolverine did something stupid and survived, and maybe because that would have been what I would have wanted after I watched the movie. I was like, why did they go that direction? Because we saw at the end of Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange being whisked away by his wife, Claire, to save some issue. And we saw some evidence of maybe some... Like I said, this would have built up beautifully into the STCC announcement of what they are going on with Fantastic Four, with the rest, rather than us having this timey-wimey bullshit from...
I agree.
But my issue with that is that what they did in this film was simply continue exactly what they said in that silly Loki series. This whole what's it called, pruning stuff and sending it to the void. That's all they were doing in this. So they just carried on what is already established in Loki.
I'm saying that like they would have established like the beginnings of. It is a perfect movie to establish the beginnings of the end of the multiverse kind of story. So it feels that
but then the movie becomes more than the Fox thing, and that's what I think the aim of this was only
because it's a perfect goodbye to the Fox. What other way to end the Fox universe than to show the literally end of the Fox universe being destroyed, and then the survivors being sent to the void? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then
sorry, yeah, but also you have to be very careful because is it the Fox universe you're going to show only? Are you going to show, it's two universes. Also, you got the Blade universe, which is not Fox. In a way,
Wait. Blade is not
Blade is
Fox.
a Blade is
Oh,
from
it's new
Fox.
line.
no, yeah,
It's new
yeah,
line.
Line.
yeah.
Yeah.
New line
No,
is
but
new
Blade
line.
is like Blade. The ones who remain in this thing, they will be like, oh, we are survivors. Even if this movie is the same way it was, and the ones who remain are we are like we are survivors of our dead world.
Yeah.
That got
And
destroyed.
to be honest, what you're even asking for, they can still spin this whole pruning or the universe to equate to incursions. Oh, why so many years? So previously it was all about Kang.
Yeah.
Now we pivoted away from Kang.
Completely, yeah.
We see the incursions. So they might say, oh, all this pruning, oh, what you guys are calling universes ending, it's actually due to incursions.
Incursion, yeah.
And this, I suppose I think, even though I heard Loki serious, this whole void concept is a rich thing that they can use for many other things. I would have loved to have them live in Cassandra, but again, we also know the fact that many versions of many other heroes or characters can end up in that void. So there's nothing saying that another Cassandra might not end up there later on.
Yeah.
So I like that whole idea, but I see what you're saying. That make it blatant.
Yeah.
Let's
start
the incursion talk here. My problem with that, not my problem. I don't think Marvel's got a good plan anyway. For them to have that idea here, they would have had to line up all the other movies coming up with that in mind.
Of course. Yeah.
Which I think was never, which is why I was worried when I thought this was going to be about the MCU. And what I was so relieved when I was like, it's not about the MCU, because I thought, you guys, if you start trying to put Deadpool as some savior of MCU, you guys have not got any plan anyway. You'll do it, and then in the very next few or 2 3 after, we'll contradict it.
Yeah. Two more topics are raised quickly. Before I exhaust my Wolverine. Was I the one that felt meh when he revealed this sad story? I was like, I felt like that's it. Is that all?
Very, very meh story, very excellently delivered.
Yeah.
So that's what I will say. I thought, because I as well, I thought it was like, okay, so how did the humans kill the mutants at the school? I'm like, you've got Storm, you've got some really powerful mutants there.
Humans.
I'm like, how did the humans kill the mutants? And would you have made any difference, if we're being honest? Why is
survivor's guilt is a thing?
I agree.
Yeah.
And okay, so you're telling me that they couldn't have killed all the mutants, they just killed everyone in the school. So there's other mutants as well, that you can still, obviously he went on a berserker rage and killed people.
We don't know how many people, we don't know how many. Is that enough to qualify you as the worst Wolverine?
I would have preferred the Mysterio one, where Mysterio tricked him into killing everybody. The Old Man Logan one. That would have been.
Oh yeah, we saw Old Man Logan. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That would. Yeah, we saw Old Man Logan. Yeah, that's true. I like that. That would fuck anybody up. So that would have been.
Yeah. Can I add to the missed opportunities list?
Better.
Yeah.
When he said that story, I wanted a flashback of seeing some X-Men dying.
Yes. I wanted to see him walk into the mansion and seeing the dead X-Men.
Also, like that.
Yeah, like I wanted to see, like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
What did you do? Like,
I want to that. Even the stones, that graveyard with all the monuments or whatever.
Yeah, I think those are like tombstones.
Yeah,
I wanted to see their.
There's no names. They didn't even put names.
Yeah. I wanted to see, okay.
Yeah.
You can't afford that. Show me the names of the dead X-Men.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Because the story at that point, that was the point where I was expecting, this thing is going to hit me. Yeah, I was expecting the feels. And to be fair to both of them, she and Daphne, they delivered in that scene. Daphne telling him that, this is why you are Logan, like Logan. And I'm
You've always been the wrong one. Yeah, you always been.
Did anybody want more of Daphne? I wanted more.
I wanted more. Biggest missed opportunity. More of Daphne.
I wanted more of Daphne.
Yes.
I wanted more of Daphne.
Yes. Not enough. Not enough of Daphne.
This is a film where you could almost say this one film could easily have been 2 films. If you expand all the things you want. No. If you put all the things you want in
if
this,
you put all the things I want, you'll be removing the things I don't want. No, you'll be removing a lot of the things I don't want as well. Because like there are so many things you will shorten for that.
Expanded fight scenes. Those 2 expanded fight scenes we say we want more of Daphne. Then all of a sudden,
you reduce the in-sync fight scene, the beginning fight scene. You reduce you reduce that was too long. You remove like the Deadpool good pool.
Oh, that one delete. What's it called? Nice pool.
Nice pool. So like there's so many things that you could have reduced in the movie as well.
So listeners, there's a dog pool in this. That's the ugliest dog I've ever seen in my life.
That's the ugliest dog.
It actually wins the award for the ugliest dog.
Is it? It's really ugly.
What? So that again.
It won the competition for the ugly. It's officially the ugliest dog. I think in UK.
I think I heard about this award. Really. It's ugly. Yeah, I see your point there that a flashback would have been nice. I think for me, I felt it, not tearjerker level.
Yeah, exactly. When he said the humans came, I felt some emotion behind that statement. And the way he said, even when he said it, the ratio on the tones.
There's nothing else to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's always like saying like the Nazis came. It's just
exactly.
It will never end. They will always come. So I think Hugh Jackman felt sold it, but I think you're right that it could have been a little, maybe just 2 more minutes added there to just add a bit of flashback and a bit of would have really helped. And that's
Scott.
Truly not enough to make him the worst Logan at all.
Like when we have people like Patch Day, I'm like, this is now the worst. This one killed a bunch of humans, and I'm like,
why is Patch worse than this one?
No, like we have more immoral Logans in the world that would have no compunctions killing people.
When they say the worst, I don't think they mean the worst in terms of your character.
Then the worst in terms of what?
I feel useless. I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
No, but everybody was calling like that's him feeling I'm the worst. It's different from everybody saying he's the worst.
Yeah, because he even the villains probably achieved what they wanted to do. Patch is bad, but he's doing what he wanted to do. He's succeeding at what he wanted to do. This guy is not a hero. He's not even a good villain. He's just useless now.
See, like,
so I can see. I want people say the worst. Doesn't mean we name check 1 million, and you're right.
That's literally what Paradox said when he got this one. Paradox was like, wait, of all the Logans you could possibly bring, it's this one. It was like this guy is like. So when Paradox was saying things like that, I was like, okay.
I thought it would be like a genocidal type of, because one thing I also got, and I want to move this on this. One thing I also got is I assumed that because of him killing so many humans, I think it had repercussions in human-mutant relationships because I think that now soured people towards mutants. Like I think he was part of the reason. Maybe an additional reason why humans were now like completely like anti, because he was like the I am legend of mutants. So he now goes around, he killed so many of them, good and bad humans, that humans were now like, fuck these mutants. We want to get rid of all of them. We want, I got that impression as well, but I don't know if it was so explicit.
It's probably that they were going for, but like, if that is the case, they could have sold it a bit more.
Basically setting human mutant relationship back to whatever. It wasn't.
To be honest, Kex, would you care?
No,
was that enough for you to
No.
It's not like that, but I'll be bothered. Well, like,
I was vibing. I was just watching.
And to be honest, when they found him,
it
did.
He was drinking in the bar.
Yeah, in the bar.
With humans.
So it didn't seem like he was like enemy number one or
exactly.
Yeah, it was like, this guy is a failure. And what did they feel at exact? So that story didn't land for me at all.
I agree with that. I want to talk about the fight in the Honda Odyssey.
Oh, that was the best fight.
Okay.
Oh, was that your best fight? I'm not sure it was my best, if I've been honest.
That was my best fight.
That was my best.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. That's the fight I was looking.
That's how That's how 2 people that can regenerate should fight.
I
Yes.
felt
Ah,
claustrophobic,
yes,
and I felt,
that was part of it.
God, please get out of the car. Please get in my
That
mind.
was-
That
was-
yeah,
that
come
was
back.
part of
They
it.
throw him out of the car. Come back here.
Come back inside. That was part. You know what the thing is? Even before they started, that was the bit that I was talking about. Hugh Jackman selling that anger.
Yeah.
I was, I think, was uneducated, and then he yapped the guy's life, and he said, "You are so useless. You couldn't even keep a relationship with a fucking stripper." Blah 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 blah. And he was punching the roof. I was like,
Did you notice
"Eh?"
how he was breathing heavily?
He was. I said,
Yes.
spit was flying out of his mouth. His nostrils were flared.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was-
"This is how
The acting there was.
Logan." And then he said, "Say one more fucking word.
say one more. I'm fucking fucking.
fucking word."
And they went
Then goes quiet.
gubernatorial.
Oh yeah, that was just
utter randomness.
yes.
Do you know
that
how
was-
that's like telling somebody that if you say one more thing, I swear to God, I will kill you.
Yeah.
And you are so
Yeah.
serious. And the person
Yeah.
looks down and do something. And says,
What are you gonna do?
"Get over here."
Yeah, and you got two people who really can't die.
Get over
Yeah.
here.
Can I?
And they
I have a
showed
question.
that violence
So
of
who
the
won that
can't
fight?
die.
Nobody
Wolverine
did
won it. He tied him up. He got
Logan,
tired.
Logan won that fight.
Logan won
Well,
that fight. He
because
tied him up now.
tied up him.
Logan won that
Yeah.
fight. Logan won that fight.
For him to beat him so much that he tied him up.
Logan beat him. Logan beat him. Remember when he kicked,
Well,
he kicked him out?
well, to be honest, Logan had
Yeah.
a motivation in
To
that
beat
fight.
him, yeah.
Logan beat him.
Yeah.
Logan beat him.
Logan beat
Can
him.
I mention the Wolverine run in the second fight?
pouncing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
That was awesome. I was cheered. Oh yes.
Yes, that was so cool. That was so cool. Yes.
And then the
Yeah.
busting out of the back of the bus window. That pose. That
Yeah.
Wolverine classic comic.
Yeah. That was comic.
This film, to me, the nerds. This should be a love letter to anybody who's got Wolverine nerd.
So it can only be directed by somebody who actually reads comics,
Yeah.
who likes
Who loves
his
comics,
panels,
yeah.
who
Yeah.
So when by the way, I also didn't like the way Laura beats Juggernaut. That was too easy, but that whole sequence.
Oh, the leg cut. Yeah.
Yes, the leg part. We all agree it's nonsense. But after she cuts him off and he kneels down, she kind of, there's a part that she runs and she jumps at him like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
And that was a comic book like one.
yeah,
I was like, oh. But yes, I realized that Blade, of all the rejects or outsiders or whatever you want to call it, he did a lot. He got more screen time.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the biggest start there.
It was the biggest. It was the biggest cameo.
Yeah, it was a big because he killed Toad.
Yep.
He killed Azazel.
And he did a lot of his blade poses.
A lot of his blade things. He did a lot of his blade quotes. Some
Yeah.
motherfuckers still trying to ask it uphill.
Yeah.
Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So can I? This is weird to me. When they do films and they want to do an entrance, there's a way people come in.
They don't do it in slow motion. They do it in real life.
In this movie,
yes.
the way they did, I don't. No,
they walk regularly and then they slow it down.
My point was, this is the first. Maybe that I remember. It's the sidewalk. The way they did it, this time was the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Which sidewalk?
They're walking sideways.
They're all
The
walking
camera is
sideways.
facing them side. It's not
And
in front for them to
they look
come
like
in.
this, and the music plays. It kind of it was so different. And
you.
they also did it for Wolverine and Deadpool at the end as well. You know when they saw the thousands of Deadpools,
Yeah.
and then
And they were playing Madonna.
so that side was like almost a signature sideways look, and I just loved it. I just loved it.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
So all these things we are saying is why I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
I mean,
completely.
How does Hugh Jackman, and I'm saying Jack because that guy is jacked as fuck. How does he like that physical the I don't know, stature, whatever you want to call it. Like, man, that guy is old.
It was cut.
Look at he was too much.
Yeah.
When he stabs the antimatter thing and they do the whole, I'm like,
that TVA agent. He was ready to risk it all, as he said earlier.
Put your greasy tits away.
For 1 second there, I thought Deadpool was going to get the power to jump, to just teleport to any universe, because he was touching both the antimatter thing and the matter thing together. And that's what was going to give them the explanation of why it's like popping up in different places. But then Hugh Jackman came and they changed to who we are stronger together storyline.
I liked it. I liked it. I like the fact that this movie was obviously so strong.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit that he hits the Odyssey and the airbag pops out.
Pops out,
or even when he smashes against that door. Like that's a big metal door with locks. I'm like, he's like proper strong.
Yeah.
He's a big metal man, like all his bodies.
Yeah,
exactly. Also,
Yeah, but we haven't really seen much of it, particularly in the X-Men movies.
They don't show his super strength.
They don't show his super strength.
Yeah. Here we see his strength. Here we see his smell, because he smells food from afar.
Yes.
I think there's something else that he says, "Oh yeah, I smell lots of Deadpools. Like there's lots of you coming."
I can smell lots of you. Yeah. So a lot of his power sets were present in this way more
than any other
version. I mean, to be fair to the Logan version, he was losing his powers anyway. So that's fair to him.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thing you want to mention?
I have a question.
But no.
There's a lot to do. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Are we done with Deadpool movies now?
Personally, or are you saying that there will be no more?
What do you think the plan? Do you think this is the end of Deadpool movies from the viewpoint of Disney?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
And
this movie doesn't make 500 million.
So if it makes $1 billion, you think they're gonna let it rest?
No.
They
are 90.
I think that's a good one. I think they're going to end it here, and I think he's going to now appear in MCU movies. I don't know. I don't think they're going to do another.
With the money this movie has made.
That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, that's what I would want.
Is that what you want? Is that what you think is going to happen, Kex?
Both.
Yeah.
No. Both. I'm happy with this as a swan song for Deadpool.
Okay. I'm happy with that as one song for Deadpool. I'll be happy if I never see Deadpool again. But this money this movie has made, we are getting another Deadpool movie.
I don't want to risk them doing another one that is not so good. But today is quite right, particularly because it's just a stunt man in a suit. Barely has to take off. He barely takes off his mask. He rarely takes off his mask. Yeah. So
that whole
basically, and Ryan Reynolds doing the voice.
Yeah. That whole scene in the beginning, he need to have.
Yes, it's one. I've actually seen the guy doing the dance.
Yeah,
Nick Paulson or something. Yeah,
right. So guys, can I ask each of you to give a one sentence about this film? Think about it. You can take a few seconds.
Okay.
To come up with something that you want to say. Just for our fans out there. I mean, for me, I would just say this film is a love letter to Wolverine comic nerds, fanboys.
Yeah.
It gives you almost everything you want. Don't go there for the plot. It's about seeing Wolverine and Deadpool fuck shit up. And to me, this is Wolverine at his best. His peak.
Best. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, Kex?
I want to say I'm going to. It's not even to our listeners, but I just want to say thank you, Fox. You did the best you could, given what you had, and at a time when there wasn't a lot of this stuff, you were green lighting some stuff that was a bit, out there. Yeah, exactly. And you couldn't be sure how it would land. I remember the first Fantastic Four. I was shocked that they greenlit a Fantastic Four movie, and I was like, "Geez!" And I watched the movie, and I watched it with my then girlfriend, and we loved it. Repeat viewers, you're like, but still, you took some, you swung, you took some big swings. So thank you. Rest easy.
Today. Yeah. Well, you guys have said it all.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about something else to say. Yeah. Like I love, as I think back to the Fox universe, and I have so many fond memories of the Fox universe. Forget how the bad things were, but I have way too many good memories of the Fox universe.
Yeah.
And this movie, the end bits, like I said, the end credit scene, it made my eyes tear up a bit. I didn't cry, but like
I know what
I felt
exactly
it.
what you mean.
I felt
And the music too.
scene, the music.
The Green Day, it's a Green Day song.
Yeah.
I was like, I see them all so young.
Yeah, like seeing the old characters in BTS and all of them. Like, wow, I would like to see a documentary of that. But
in a way,
I would watch it.
It makes us appreciate what came before, and nowadays we're spoiled, and sometimes we badmouth, including me, we badmouth those films.
Very.
But when there was nothing else, they gave us something. And they did their best efforts. So
they kept us entertained, and they gave us like material to talk about for a long. We'd argue over it for years afterwards. So kudos, really.
Kudos to Fox.
So round of applause for Fox.
Round of applause.
And New Line.
and New Line Cinema. Yes. Just think that there was this guy from Down Under that they
picked from nowhere.
People shots. Nobody knew then, and like this guy's been playing this for what? It's over 10 years now.
And we'll be till he's 90.
Till he's 90. That's just been about 20 years. Okay. I think that's a good note to wrap it up.
Can we give one last shout out to one of our own who we saw credit on the screen? So
yes.
One of our very close and dear friends, a friend of the podcast.
Yes.
It was one of the credits at the end of the scene.
Ihimu Uko.
We salute.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. We started in the cinema when we saw his name.
I was just watching it, I was like, because I was just trying to scroll through. So immediately I just saw the ILM one. I was like, okay, yes, you'll be here. So I spotted it. I was like, good, well done. Okay. More stuff in the pipeline, I think he said. So
hopefully.
Nice. Okay, guys. Next week we'll be talking about the Eisner Awards. We have it was announced, the winners were announced, so we'll be talking about and giving our reviews on some of the books that won. So catch that next week.
Also next week we'll be giving our initial thoughts and reviews on Batman Cape Crusader, which drops first this week. Woo, guys, we're in the end game now.
The end game.
Guys, remember to rate, like, subscribe. Naija's Geeking Out, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Thank you for joining us, and see you later. Today.
Sayonara, guys. Till next week.
Once again, guys, thanks for listening, and let's fucking go.
Fucking go.